Today we're gonna explore West Shanghai. Let's do this. So Shanghai is divided into different districts, and we will be going to some of the ones on the west side today. And I'm going to share some of the places that I think are worth visiting. And I'm not going to be able to cover all of them, so there will be a part 2. And all of the activities I'm going to share will be free. And we are starting off at the Bund, which is probably the most popular destination here in Shanghai. I've been here many times before, and it doesn't feel old yet. And it's worth coming here both during the day and night, because then all the buildings are gonna light up. And I'll be back here in the night and end the video here then. And I don't think there is much to explain really. It's a very nice walking street with very nice buildings on both sides. And I remember when I came here in 2017 that I thought that all the buildings looked very tall. And I'm happy to report that today they still look tall. There's a lot of people here today. Next, we are gonna walk Nanjing Road, which is probably the most famous street in Shanghai, and as a result, also the most famous street in China. Just like many other streets, here you will find a lot of clothing shops. Actually not that many restaurants, because all the restaurants these days are in the big shopping malls. So when you come to Shanghai, you don't really come here to see nature, but you come here to see the city and to experience the culture. Because of this, I recommend that in the beginning that you travel as much as possible by foot, because that gives you the chance to see how daily life can look like for normal people. You also get a chance to have a look at how all the small businesses are operating and what they're doing, which I think is very interesting, in my opinion at least. And a lot of the signs on this road are gonna light up in the evening, which is another reason why a lot of people come here. And I just wanna say that the reason why I look tired today, or look a little bit tired today, is because I have a wisdom tooth that is kind of eating up at me right now. So I am in a little bit of pain, but there's only a few activities today, so I'm gonna push through and then I'll go home and rest. If we walk up Nanjing Road, it will take us to People's Square Park. And here they have some nice statues to look at and some nice roads to walk on. What I like about this place is that it's surrounded by a lot of tall buildings. And this is a nice park with some plants and trees. This tree is nice and firm. Okay, and here we have some text, and it says that we should not blame others for our mistakes, because lame people blame people. Instead, we should take full responsibility for our mistakes and failures. It also says that we should be disciplined. Right beside People's Square is one of the biggest shopping malls in Shanghai, called World Shopping Mall or something like that. Just like most other shopping malls, this place has a lot of restaurants and shops, and they also have this bent escalator. And for someone like me who has never seen one before, this was definitely a highlight. And they also have this very high climbing wall, if you're into climbing. I'm not. So we've been walking a lot and we are a bit tired. So let's take a quick food break. And here is what we ordered. And finding tasty food here in China is usually very easy, because Chinese people really value tasty food. Okay, so the question is, shall we take a bite? The bite was successful. Before we were in People's Square Park, And now we are in the actual People Square, which is located just besides the park. And it is a nice and open area, which makes me feel a little bit more free. And Shanghai Museum is also located here for the people who like museums. I'm not part of that crowd. So I grew up in Sweden and I've been living there for at least 95% of my life. So most of the time I have been around Swedish people. Because of this, now I think that looking at Chinese people can be very interesting. So sometimes I like to just observe them, and I can't be the only one who feels that, right? So our next stop is gonna be Yuen Garden. And what makes this place special is the traditional buildings. And this is a really nice environment and feels like something you should pay for, but it's actually free. And the most famous thing here is the middle building, plus the bridge. But besides that, I like to just walk around for some time and leave when I've had enough. I've had enough now. Let's go. So another thing you can do if you like coffee is to visit the biggest Starbucks in Shanghai, and most likely also the biggest Starbucks in China. And I'm recording this outside because it was very noisy inside, and also it was very crowded. And here inside they have a lot of things related to coffee, I think. So I don't drink coffee and never had an entire cup in my life, so I don't really know much about coffee. Next, we are gonna visit a semi-famous road, actually not that famous road at all, called Huanghe Road. And this road is definitely much older and smaller compared to Nanjing Road, and it has a lot of street food and small stores. I'm not really into street food, and the only thing I buy are buns. I probably eat like 50 buns per month, I think. And it's not like I don't like street food, but it's just very unhealthy because they put a lot of random things in it to make it taste good. And also I live a very minimalistic lifestyle, so I'm not very much into shopping. So when it comes to going to stores, most of the time just looking is enough for me. We just reached the end of Huanghe Road and there were a lot of shops. Guess how many things I bought? Yes, you're right, I didn't buy anything. I would say that my materialistic desire right now is the same as non-Chinese people here in China, which is almost none. Although I do just want to say that compared to last time I was here, which was 5 months ago, I think there are so many more Western tourists here now. Okay, our next destination is gonna be this riverside walk called Wusongjiang, and it's a very nice walk with good views. And I don't know how obvious it is, but these last 2 spots was filmed during the next day, and the reason for that is because I overestimated my own ability and I overestimated my efficiency, and it took way longer to film than I thought. Yes, so that's that. If we walk along the river, then we will reach our final destination, which is this bridge called Guaibei Dong Bridge, yes. And in my opinion, I think it is a nice bridge. It's a couple of hours left until it gets dark, and then I'll be back to show how it looks in the evening here. In the meantime, I'll go to the grocery store and then I'll go home and get some rest. So I'm back here at the Bund in the evening, and I have visited some of the places now again, and here is how that looks. And here is also a map of all the destinations I went to today. I just want to say that it has been a very long day, and I think I planned in a little bit too much. It's been a lot of walking. Okay, but either way, that's the video. Thanks for watching.